In this video, I'd like to discuss some additional considerations for our exterior walls in our model. Here we have our exterior walls complete. They've got the windows and the doors where they need to be. And now we have to consider some backing for the interior walls and for the corners of the house. This all concerns the sheetrock or the drywall that you're going to be putting in the house to finish the inside. We usually use a gypsum board. It's fireproof. Brand names are sheetrock and drywall. And we're going to apply them to the inside of the wall. Now, if you can imagine installing a piece of sheetrock against this back wall here, and you've got studs that you can nail it to, but at the end here, there's nothing to hold it. It would be flexible there and it would move, and we don't want it to move. So we have to put some backing in the corners. There's a lot of different ways to do this. One of the most common ways, and one of the ways recommended by the book, is something called an energy efficient corner. So what you do is just select on one of these studs from the other wall, copy it, paste it, and bring it over here, and then select the inside corner here and bring it over and set it at this inside corner here. Okay. That's one of the most common ways. What happens here is it gives you backing on the inside. See how it has some backing here now? So when you do your sheetrock on the inside, there's something to screw the sheetrock to or nail the sheetrock to, depending on how you're going to fasten it. And there's room around the backside to put insulation. That's why it's considered energy efficient. If you just put another stud or two in there going this direction, it would be more difficult to insulate. So this is one good option. There are other options, but that's a fine way to do it. We also need to provide some type of backing where these interior walls intersect the exterior walls. And there are a lot of different ways to do that as well. Sometimes you're going to have interior walls intersect exterior walls where you have a stud already. In that case, my recommendation is just paste another stud in there, just like you did on the last one. And I'm going to go look at this from the inside. And I'm going to select this corner and set it right there. Now what's happened, I'm just going to put another one in there too. I'm going to select this corner and put it right here. This is probably the easiest way to do it, right? Quick and easy. Two studs, you're in and you're out. Might not be the most economical way. We could put ladder blocking across here at 2-foot centers, 3 little pieces if we had a bunch of scrap on the site, and that would be just as effective. But this way, you've got backing on the inside for the sheetrock over here, and you got backing in here for the sheetrock here, because your first stud is going to be right here for this wall, and will attach to this stud. Over here, we have the same situation going on. So we'll probably do the same thing over here. Let's look for a different situation in the house. Maybe this one here. Okay, so we need to have some backing for sheetrock, these 2 corners, and we need to have something to attach this wall to. We're not going to put some additional studs in here because we don't want to take away that insulation space. So we're going to use some ladder blocking. Now, when we do ladder blocking, we want to make sure that the spacing of it is no more than 2 feet on center. We have an 8-foot wall, and so what we can do, and it doesn't have to be exact, right? We're going to have 5.5-inch boards, so we can be off a little bit. So we'll make it quick and easy. What we can do is we can come up here and put guidelines in, and we can guide down. Make sure you're going along the blue axis. Come on, blue axis. There we go. Guide down 24 inches. Then we can go from that guideline down along the blue axis. Boy, difficult finding the blue axis today. There we go. 24 inches. I know there's a hotkey somewhere that will allow you to specify the axis you want, and we'll keep it on there. I just haven't learned how to do it yet. So right now I'll just struggle with finding the blue axis because it just takes a second anyways. And go 24 inches. So basically I have guidelines at 2-foot centers, and I know where to put my ladder blocking, right? I need 3 of them, 2, 4, 6, 8 feet tall. So what I need to do is select a piece of wood that I can use for my blocking, and I just need a piece of exterior wood. So I'm just going to Well, I can't use that one because it's part of a group. I just get a hold of this plate up here, and I will right click and paste it, and just paste it out here for now. And then I want to turn it on its side. I'm going to shorten it because it's just way too long to work with right now. And so I'm going to double click on it, and I'll push it back so that it's much smaller. And then I'm going to turn it on its side. Do that by selecting it, clicking move, look at the end, and then turn it so that it's on the blue axis. Excuse me. So now we've got the correct orientation for the blocking. Now, one thing that I've done is I've put these reference lines, these guidelines on the outside edge of the wall. We actually want the board to be on the inside edge of the wall. So I've got the guidelines in the wrong place. I need to come over here to the inside, and I need to put these guidelines on here again. So I'm going to, and there's nothing wrong with identifying times you make mistakes. All you need to do is just simply correct the mistake. So I'm going to correct my mistake, and I'm going to go 24 inches down. And then I'm going to get a hold of that guideline and go down the blue axis again, 24 inches, having better luck getting the blue axis this time, so that's good. Then I'm going to go down again 24 inches. I've got those guidelines on the inside, and I can snap my blocking to the guidelines. So I'll go down and I'll move my blocking. I'm just going to get a hold of it and bring it up here somewhere where I'm close. I'll come on the inside. I need to be between these two studs. And so I'm going to select the midpoint of the wood, and I'm going to bring it up and set it where that guideline intersects that stud. At this point, I'm going to shorten it so that it just fits between that stud. And this is just scrap material on the job site. Normally, you're going to have some scrap material. And so one of the benefits of blocking this way is that it's not costing you really anything extra. You're just using up scrap that you're perhaps going to throw away. So then I copy it, and I find the midpoint, and I put it right at that guideline. And then I go back down to the other one, right click and paste again, set it right there, find the midpoint of the board, attach it to that guideline, select out. And now I have, when I put this wall in place, I'll have blocking on this side for sheetrock, and I'll have blocking on this side for sheetrock, and I can attach my wall to those blocks. Okay, so that's how to do your intersection blocking and your corner blocking.